Hello everyone, happy Friday. I wish you all a nice day and of course good luck with your trade. Let's start with Bitcoin as usually with the daily here, where we are looking of course for our channeling to see our price today. Its position from the channels, because the channels tell us exactly where we are heading as well. So after of course the impulse as a bull run here finished wave 1, we are potentially in this corrective wave ABC, expanding flat for a wave 2 to hit of course the 67-68k for a wave 2 as a potential ABC expanding flat. So currently the price of course exit the base channel as a signal that this is of course our bull run finished there, and this is a correction as a confirmation. This is only confirms that yes, we are corrective here, nothing related to the bull run there. It is the correction to dive deeper. So basically we saw the price also reacting here with the old base channel at the top, very strong reaction, and we start to dive deeper again after it, especially that we have of course our wave 1 2 here. We got our new base channel, which is in red here for the correction, and we saw of course the acceleration channel based on this wave 3, in case it is a wave 3, but for me it's unfinished honestly, because it looks like double 1 2 wave 3. Where is your 4 5 4 5? And this is a very long wave 4. Therefore it of course it's still looking for lowers, the same target but in different way. Rather than being impulsive, we might finish up here as an ending diagonal, and we might see of course a wave ABC there. We're gonna see the labels. However, what I would like to mention here is that the price is still looking for lower here, and it might of course come back for our base channel over there to hit it again, and we might see of course a reaction ABC here, and of course this ABC might reach of course the base channel for wave 3 as a zigzag, because right now if we are transforming here to something in diagonal, what you would like to see is that the price come back to the channel, simply ranging inside the channel until we hit the target. It's true it's not gonna be an impulse, meaning the impulse to take the acceleration channel normally, but it might be of course then we're gonna see a diagonal, which it might come back of course inside as this range for the channel there, meaning the wave 3 might end up within the base channel, and then of course getting wave 4 and a 5 somehow like this. So basically first thing I would like to see is of course hitting the base channel one more time again. Now we see of course some red there, and we'll see of course if we're gonna continue the drop toward the downside for a Bitcoin over there. So for this we need of course the micro level, which we are going to do it in few minutes. But let me remind you with the daily possibilities here, bullish and bearish. So basically the bearish are very strong here, where we have of course the impulse 1 2 3 unfinished, 4 and a 5 still of course to unfold. This possibilities start to get lower because we got out of course of our base channel for this impulse, meaning of course shifting to something much higher possibility, which is this diagonal 1 2 3 4 5. And this is exactly what I'm looking for here. An A, B, and a C as a zigzag for a wave 3, and then of course a zigzag for a wave 4, and finally zigzag for the wave 5. Based on the channeling, you would like to see the wave 3 hitting kind of like this base channel again, pushing up, and then of course coming back and forth of course to finish up this level or this pattern of course of correction for Bitcoin. So this is the highest one. This is the highest probability for me, and currently it is unfolding as an impulse ABC, right? So this is exactly what we are looking at right now. Now, of course, there is a worst case scenario, and this worst case scenario meaning, of course, a deeper correction where we start to count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished over there, of course, as a wave 1 here. And you are looking for a W, X, and a Y, meaning this zigzag is your W, this is your X, and you might see a very sharp, strong zigzag toward the downside. And guess what? This scenario, of course, is still in confluence with 0.38, but this time taken from this high, which it makes it, of course, lower, 56K 550, 568, and in confluence within this area here, where we might see, of course, a stronghold area to push for a new bull run towards the 200K. Now, this scenario within the channeling as well is working perfectly, because you would like to see the price coming back inside the channel, the base channel taken there. So it is very, very likely as well that we might get kind of like a zigzag here, very sharp one, hitting, of course, the base channel, hitting the target. Maybe it's not going to be so much aggressive, but it might be, of course, something like this, yeah, and then coming back. And then, yeah, this scenario is dangerous, because it looks like, yes, it wants to take the base channel again, which is very likely, of course, to continue inside it. Yeah, your correction should continue somehow from this part taken, of course, from the base channel. So very interesting as well. We'll see, of course, what's going to happen. So to be watched. However, I cannot call it before breaking the ending diagonal level. Yeah, so before breaking the 68, 67K for this potential diagonal or impulse, I cannot really call the deeper correction yet. So step by step, as usual, we're gonna take it, of course, further later on. So for the bullish right now, bullish, of course, you still can be bullish. Nothing can say no, but of course the possibility is very high, very low. Sorry, it's very high for the bearish. Basically, in the bullish scenario, you might be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 unfinished. Your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still ending diagonal, because we didn't took the low yet so far. This low, which is the 886 taken from this part, which is no invalidation yet, meaning yes, there is a possibility there to push and shift higher for a wave 5, which can be a new all-time high. But the possibility right now, because of the micro level, is very, very, very low, because for this you need definitely, of course, to see some impulses somehow like this, at least something really massive, yeah, as an ABC at least, or an impulse towards the upside, unless this will transform to double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. If those are double 1, 2 on the micro level, well, okay, it can be, and the possibility is still there, okay, but it is very low. This is all what we can say about the bullish here. We cannot call it yet unless we take at least the high and plus the invalidation there, 99K 700. From there, we start to think bullish. Below this, we cannot really think about it, honestly. So for the 2 hours chart here, on the 2 hours chart, we are looking at our impulse toward the downside here, where we have a 1, 2, and then wave 3 is opening, of course, towards lower prices. Now, the wave 3 and the wave 4, of course, here is still unfolding for something. It's very complex here. I know that this complex structure here is looking very weird, but basically what I think is going on here is after this diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you finished wave 1, right? So we got also after it a wave 2 over there, because this is your highest point. This is another 1, 2 here. And you have another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So very likely that you finished, very likely that you finished your wave 3 over there here, with, of course, this impulse. And after this wave 3, we start to get a wave 4. Now, the wave 4 could have been done as, of course, A, B, and a C here as a wave 4, right? It could be. And then starting to continue toward the downside. However, if you take a look at the structure here, I mean, if you want to get a wave 5, this structure is very, very ugly for an impulse. Yeah, unless, of course, it is 1, 2, 1, 2, and now it is like upgrading the 1, 2s. Confirmation for this is breaking the triangle, because we might be still in a WX and a Y, as mentioned yesterday. 88,450 to be taken as confirmation for lower. Okay, so this is your confirmation for lower. Why? Because we break the triangle. By breaking the triangle, meaning you break the possibility of a W, X, and a Y, and then pushing down. Now, what is the WX and a Y? The WX and a Y is a potential zigzag for a W, and X for a triangle, which we are talking about to be broken, and you are right now A, B, C, D, and a E, and then looking for a wave Y as a zigzag to finish up the wave 4 there within a wave Y or a wave C. I'm gonna explain also what is the wave C. So the wave C also is an expanding flat as the 3 waves up, and the wave B also is a triangle, which is very rare to have, but it can be an A, B, and a C here. The wave C is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, but very low possibility. Highest possibility, guys, it's a W, X, and a Y, okay? It's impossible to get an A, B, C. The wave C has a huge double 1, 2, and especially that the momentum is decreasing. Therefore, possibility here is for a wave X in a triangle, of course, A, B, C, D, E, and then pushing for higher. I'm expecting a zigzag and then pushing again for lower. Unless, guys, of course, don't forget the key level, 88K453. This is confirmation for lower. And that means, yeah, an ugly impulse. What can I do? I mean, this is a market. This is what the market wants. Of course, in this case, that means you have finished here potentially an A, B, and a C, truncated wave C because you didn't took the high, and you start something very ugly as impulses wave 1, 2, but very low possibility. Like what kind of 1, 2s? Yeah, so despite that the red is there, I don't know, guys, it's a little bit annoying, I would say. Like it's very tricky. It's very clear that it is corrective, and because the market is simply bearish and the sentiments are bearish, the things are dropping. I would say like forcing right now a little bit the market downward before finishing the correction properly. Yeah, so this is exactly what's going on psychologically. The market sentiment are very bearish, but the correction is necessarily to have, and the market is forcing it, and that's why we get complexity here and a very long triangle. Anyway, higher prices will be unfolded here. It is necessarily, because we cannot continue further. If you want to consider even this 1, 2, 886 taken, ugly 1, 2s here. So how are we gonna dive deeper? Yeah, so I'm wondering how. So definitely I'm looking here to push higher a little bit first and starting again with a proper impulse toward the downside. Okay, so that was it for Bitcoin for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.